Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And you're the host, Justin.
Today's a holiday.
President's... Oh, no.
No, that was Monday. It's Ash Wednesday. I don't really know how that one works, but to those that celebrate, happy Ash Wednesday, I guess.
Educate me. Well,
I don't know much about it.
Oh.
It didn't dawn on me until I saw that there was people walking around Walmart today with the ash on their forehead doing the cross.
Oh.
And that's when I was like, oh, fuck yeah, today's Ash Wednesday.
Oh.
I actually don't know anything about that one. Perfect segue. We just got a stretch and hydrate. And
then the hydrate is something new. I bought 3 energy drinks at $4 a pop. Pop, get it? They are Rise Fuels. I can feel your eyes burning into the side of my skull. Rise Fuel, a Kool-Aid flavor, a Sunny D flavor, and I left the Ring Pop flavor downstairs with Lauren.
we have to feed the energy drink goblin when we bring him in the house, because if we don't, then she will torment us.
Yeah, she already had one in hand and then began to clack them together, chattering like a monkey.
So she starts doing that, and then starts to really pick up speed and rhythm, and then
She becomes a particle accelerator.
No, a demon spawns in the house, and I have to slay it.
Oh.
Normally
Yes,
with a 2x4, because I don't have any weapons.
Also, we can thank Socks for the title of this one, because I was flatlining super hard, and I said, babe, come up with one. Please, I beg you.
We ain't getting cooperative. So, apparently I'm the only person in this house that likes Sunny D.
I don't mind it. It tastes like watered down orange juice.
It does not taste like orange juice.
Well, and then add in like 5 scoops of sugar.
You know what it tastes like? Tastes like someone tried to make a drink with vitamin C pills.
Yeah. The ones that you let it dissolve on your mouth.
Or like the chewable ones.
Yeah. But the Kool-Aid one tastes pretty damn like Kool-Aid. Without sugar. Well, these are 0 sugar. Here, let me put it up on the screen for you guys.
That likes Sunny D, chat's asking.
Yeah.
Sunny D, I don't know if you guys have it over there, is a orange citrus drink that, as Lauren likes to say, tastes like someone was dared to make a orange juice without oranges.
Yeah, because it's a lot of sugar. It's a lot of sugar, but it's a lot of vitamin C. It is false, but at the same time really good for you. I don't know. It's one of those weird drinks that we used to keep in the house, but I never really liked.
So I didn't mind it. It to me, it always felt like it was orange juice trying to break into lunch.
Yeah.
Because it's weird to drink orange juice at lunch unless you're me. Don't think we have that. Our primary orange flavored drinks is just Fanta.
Yeah, that's fair.
This isn't carbonated normally, so it's not quite like Fanta. So yeah, this is an energy drink version of it, and I rather dig it. My can looks nothing like that. Your can looks nothing like that.
Oh yeah, I think these are the old labels. The ones we got are the new labels.
So this one basically is just bubbly Sunny D.
Yeah, and then there's Smarties flavors, which would taste kind of like chalk, I guess.
I haven't had
a Smarties.
No, I mean I like Smarties. I haven't had Smarties in a while. I haven't had Sunny D in years. But I am a fiend for juice. I will drink apple juice till it makes me sick.
I can rock blueberries until I get sick. Frozen blueberries covered in chocolate, blueberry juice, a blueberry smoothie. I will also get sick off that. I love blueberries. There's the Ring Pop flavor, I would say, was very off note until what is it? The aftertaste was how you taste the Ring Pop of it. Yeah. Tiger's Blood, they are trying to rip off the idea of Bomb Pop, the red, white, and blue ice cream from Blue Bunny.
I've noticed a lot of companies. Quincy is a W, and of course he doesn't like Smarties. Oh, aren't they something different over there? I didn't say I don't like Smarties. I like Smarties, but aren't they something different over there?
What, the Bomb Pops?
No, Smarties.
Smarties? Oh yeah, they're chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like little.
Yeah.
So they're
our Smarties are like a a chalk.
Yeah, they're like a sugar chalk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone liked to crush them up and pretend to smoke because you could do little things with them. I don't understand why even then smoking was still considered cool by people. I see a lot of people doing things with tiger's blood now. I see that being a big thing.
What is tiger's blood? Like, what is the flavor of tiger's blood?
I don't know. It's something.
I mean, I see strawberry and watermelon down here.
Those Brazil drinks that we get, you can get tiger's blood in that.
Okay, so it's just a cacophony. It's another mix.
I would assume it's a way to piss off Mike Tyson.
And then Baja Burst, which I think is a ripoff of Baja Blast.
Yeah.
But, you know, any way to get around to selling your product over someone else's, sure. They do full transparency on their ingredients. The only downside is their price tag. As said, $4 a pop. And they're not great. They're not great. And Socks in the chat, of course, speaking of W, though, use the code UglyMugs to support the UMP, as well as, you know, our future projects.
I don't know. UMP, I love it, but it also makes me giggle because P.
Duty.
69.
That's
Gotcha.
All right. Now, usually I would have a Humble Bundle. I already talked about it in another instance, but this week for the cast, I got something a little different. Fanatical. They don't really do a lot of charity work but they do a lot of really good bundles. The Killer Bundle 25 is their landmark edition because they, I guess, put this one together really well. 25 games, and most of them are actually really good. River City Girls, Breath Edge, Doom 64, Dusk, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 Enhanced Edition, Turok 1 and 2, the remakes made by Night Dive.
Can you pull up the Turok 2 remake real quick? I just want to see how different it looks because I played the shit out of Turok 2.
Yeah, it looks the same. It looks the same. Just a little bit more on the shadows and ambient inclusion.
Yeah. I would love a modern Turok game. I know they did one.
I am Turok!
Yeah, I know they did one like 15 years back, something like that. But I'd like another modern Turok game.
Yeah, it's remastered, of course. This is Night Dive. Night Dive makes it work super well, better handling and everything. A medieval, and there was one more I thought for the first persons, but I guess that was it. Hyperspace Outlaw, Dark Deity, Just Die Already if you happen to have a friend you want to beat up to literal death. Death and Taxes if you want some story. I Am Fish, where you get to play a fish in a little bubble of water, trying to get
hamster
to
ball.
Hamster ball of water. Golf Gang, in case you, once again, hate another person and want to beat them up with a golf ball as a golf ball. Sorry. Layer of
crap dab.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, but all of this for $25. That's $1 a game.
That's not bad.
That is not bad, especially when River City Girls, in my opinion, one of the very few on its own that can carry it. Dusk is really good. I really love Dusk. They just finished it.
We're talking Baldur's Gate 1 and 2.
Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Yeah, those two are also really way up there. I would say $25 for both of those would be another good deal. But all of this and a whole bunch more, $25. Fanatical.com. They run bundles like not just for games. They also run it for they even have a build your own bundle that just popped up that I did not recognize until just now. Play on the Go bundle because they wanted to really support the Steam Deck. So this one helps out the Steam Deck as well as like the Razer phone that can do Steam games as well. The Star Wars collection, which I believe is pretty much all of the Star Wars games.
Hold on. Pretty good ones in there.
Dark Forces.
They don't have
on the Sith engine.
They don't have the Boba Fett one.
The Boba Fett one?
Yeah, there's a Boba Fett one.
Oh.
I have it on my Xbox.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, for an older Star Wars game.
Socks in chat says Patron heard it was pretty good. So, I mean, she hears a lot of good things about a lot of these games, but it also has like a coding and game bundle, help you learn coding, Unreal programming, e-learning bundle, IO-Bit software, learning all the ins and outs of it, C++ training. They don't do just simple things of gaming. They also help out for Blender, Unreal, map making, sound, Java programming. Like, I'm still scrolling down and labeling all these. Go and check them out over at fanatical.com and just click bundles and get overwhelmed at how many bundles they have for not a bad price either to teach you or to get a shit ton of games. I'm actually going to take a quick look at the Bethesda bundle real quick. So 5 games for $14.99. You get to select which ones you want. Not too bad. You can get Dishonored 1. No, Dishonored 2 in this list. Evil Within 1. No, Evil Within 2. So of course there are limits to their keys, but
I mean, I would do Doom.
Oh. Okay, Doom.
I would do Wolfenstein: The New Order. I would do Doom 3. I actually really liked Doom 3.
This one is also the BFG edition, so you can have a flashlight while also holding a gun.
If it's BFG edition, then you also should get Doom 1 and 2 with it.
Yeah.
So it makes it even more worth it.
Have you ever played Quake 4?
I don't remember. I've played some Quake games. I don't know which ones.
Okay.
Then I would probably do Rage.
I didn't like Rage.
I didn't mind it. I haven't played the sequel yet. And then the last game would be just a random pick. I don't know.
Yeah, just whatever floated your boat. What about Dishonored?
It was okay.
I like
It felt a lot. It felt too much like a lot of games that came out around that time, and I kind of feel like Dishonored 2 still feels that way. The whole here's this specific loaded section.
Okay, I can feel that.
You know.
And then the Prestige Collection has... oh, that's where all the other ones are.
Oh, hey, Doom Eternal.
Yeah, okay, so over at the Prestige Collection, you get 4 games for $28.99, and some of these, pretty good deal. You get Doom Eternal, Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition, Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus Digital Deluxe, which I believe also comes with the pre-order stuff. Cat Cafe Manager, that's kind of cute. I know Sox would like that game. Curse of the Dead Gods. I freaking like this game. This game is a really good one. Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl, which is okay from someone on the outside looking in. I don't remember Genesis. Is that the weird top-down one? Yeah, it is. Nah, you can keep it. So some of these worth it. Some of them, eh. You just gotta kind of, I guess, top 4 would probably be the ones I chose. Because I already own Curse of the Dead Gods, and I may trade out one of them for Cat Cafe Manager for Socks. Yeah. Oh, Skidoo. A spoiler-free bundle, or spoiler-free review of Atomic Heart. I've only played maybe 4 hours of it, give or take. I'm in love with this game, but I don't know why. It is odd. It is very much BioShock Infinite with its underlying racial tones, but at the same time high key because of its really engaging gameplay. And so I don't know where I'm at with it. I like it. I really do, but I don't know where I like it. I'm going to try and finish up this game during the weekend. Got some writing I got to do, but I will definitely probably stream it on Twitch if I'm not too depressed. Skadoop. I like Assassin's Creed. I just have fallen out of it as of late, which I should also go back to Valhalla, because we put money into that game.
Or I have yet to finish Valhalla, and I have yet to finish Odyssey.
Odyssey, I don't think I'm ever going to go to, just because me and Greek Roma culture, not really... I don't know, I just never been a fan of that. But Valhalla, I liked Valhalla. I liked the climbing. I liked everything about it. I loved the scenery. It's just, I don't know, I fell. But the making of Assassin's Creed 15th Anniversary Ultimate Collection hard case. Holy cow. This is a exclusive bundle, $199.99. Pre-orders are now, and you can do payment plan if in case you need to through Dark Horse Direct. 240-page Ultimate Edition hardcover art book with gold gilded pages and satin ribbon marker. A luxurious folio containing 2 gallery quality lithograph prints and an exclusive metal art plate. They put the money into it, but here's the other kicker. 1,000 units. That's it. As soon as all 1,000 units are pre-ordered or otherwise, they're done.
Very pretty, though.
Very, very pretty. Very nice.
I'm liking some of the work that's going into some of these nicer books lately. Like, I just saw a thing at the comic shop today that was for the Justice League metal or Batman metal or whatever. And the entire thing the book sits in is, like, made to look like that kind of raised steel.
Embossed.
Yeah, and then the book that's inside is completely leather and whatnot. It was like $125, but it's very nice.
But
very
it
pretty.
looks like the cost is worth it.
Yeah, and it's very, very heavy.
It's a tome.
Kill somebody with it.
Oh. But yeah, June to August 2023. Don't have an exact release schedule for it, but this is their advanced prototype, showing off its features in I believe a blender model, because they didn't have anything actual. Yeah, this is a blender model, but looks like it opens up in like an actual tome, and then you have the book inlaid in it, and it looks so nice. Gold foil on the excerpt, on the entire outside. Oh man. Yeah, $200, not bad. Us good, dope. So, Among Us tweeted yesterday morning,
And then you ignored me.
and then I ignored him because I didn't get the ping. I'm blaming Twitter more than me. Because I went down Twitter.
They cannot see this at all on the stream.
They cannot. Oh, let me. Nope, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. Hehehe. I'll work it out. Oh no, I went too far. Oh no. I'm just gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it.
I don't understand how this got screwed up because it used to be perfect.
It used to be, and then I moved one thing out of proportion, and then everything breaks. Let's reset. Let's just reset. Now it's okay. There. That's the vast majority of it. But it says, eyes up, crewmate, and then, found an incoming message about some imposters that might be hiding among a certain fire team very soon. I like where Among Us is going. I'm okay with Among Us. I don't really dislike the game.
Would this get you to play it on stream?
This would probably nudge me into...
Just because then you'd still be streaming Destiny.
Yeah, I'd probably still be streaming Destiny. It's Crucible. It's hand-to-hand Crucible. But you can see little remnants of Scene 14's helmet. I believe this little nougat here might be a Zavala-ish. This looks like Osiris's headdress, so pointed out by Quincy, because I was like, what the hell is that? There are some that just seem really odd. I hope Cade isn't a part of it, because that would just be really poor taste, but, you know.
But, I mean, he dies there, he dies here.
But Voice Mod on Twitter kind of blurted out Power Rangers and caused me to lose my shit before the stream. So, yeah, he's got spirit, but he's a little off.
But I'm good at other stuff.
Microsoft and Nintendo have always been kind of working together. They haven't really been against. They've been
fine with each other.
Yeah, they've been competitive, but in kind.
I wouldn't even say that they're competitive, because like it's what Nintendo makes is completely different than what Xbox makes, and what Xbox makes is different than what Nintendo makes.
But it's the same demographic.
It's not, though.
Figuratively, it is.
It's not, though.
If I held a Pokemon Yellow cartridge and a sealed copy of Viva Pinata for the Xbox 360, which one would you pick up?
Okay, a Pokemon Yellow cartridge.
Yeah.
And a what?
And a sealed copy of Viva Pinata for the Xbox 360.
Okay, well, first of all, you're talking a game that is very old versus a game that's not nearly as old. So there's a massive difference in their value.
But which one would you pick up?
Second of all, I own both of those things.
Okay, if I held both of them out to you, they're unsealed. If I handed you both and said you got to play one of these right now, which one would you play?
Again, I understand what you're trying to do, but let me explain why this is a bad way to go about it.
Okay.
Because you just went, here's a handheld game you can take with you. Here's something you have to sit and play on a console.
Fine.
Mario 64.
Sure.
Viva Pinata.
Sure, fine. Yeah.
Mario 64.
Okay. Now let's change the whole entire spectrum. Let's say something on Game Pass that you want to play right now, Atomic Heart, or Pokemon. What's the last one that just came out? Arceus. Which one would you want to play?
Arceus.
Okay. But does Atomic Heart still appeal to you? Fuck you, you're a part of the demographic and you're just trying to be antagonistic.
No, I'm being honest. I'm iffy on the game.
That's fair enough.
I think you need to go.
I'm not trying to sell it to you either.
To make a good comparison, you'd have to go exclusivity. So it'd have to be
Hitman.
No, it's not exclusive.
It's exclusive to how you own it.
No. I'm saying if to make this comparison only works in one way.
What does Microsoft bring versus what does Nintendo bring?
Mario Odyssey.
Okay.
Gears of War.
Well, that's okay. I would also choose. I struggled through Gears of War 4 with a friend. Yeah, no.
Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, okay.
God of War Ragnarok.
Okay, but you have to admit, you would play either one of those.
I would play either one of those.
So you're a part of the demographic.
But that's the whole thing of when you sit there and say they're competitors. They're not. Nintendo has a great, amazing original stuff and comes up with these crazy ways of doing their consoles that others don't. They also do the portability better than anybody. Xbox never even tried to do portability.
Yeah.
That's one of the things where it's like, they're competitors? No, they're not, because Microsoft never once went, let's make a mobile gaming system. They went, Nintendo's got that in the bag, and PlayStation are fools for trying to take it away.
Okay, yeah, and they were. Okay.
We saw multiple versions of the PSP fail.
Well, the Vita didn't fail. It's just the hardware was hard to keep up with, because if you drop that thing bricked hard. They
never should have done discs for it. Cartridge for handheld made sense.
Well, it wasn't the discs; it was a hard drive.
Well, that too.
Yeah,
But
the hard
but
drive
still,
system was terrible.
they had to encase those discs in this thing of plastic to try to protect them. They never should have done discs.
Yeah.
They should have stuck to the cartridge concept that Nintendo had. I don't look at Nintendo and go they compete with the other gaming companies. I look at Nintendo and go they come up with shit that the other gaming companies don't think of.
Okay, let's pause it. I will concede point on that, but I'll also open up that they are competitors in the same market just because of their positionings on appeal. Nintendo made these big displays for Splatoon 3. Huge, god-awful. But they were beautiful. They were vibrant. They had little splats on the side. They had a place where kids could put their hands in non-toxic paint and put their hand on the wall and basically splat the wall. And I was like, that's cute. That's great. Microsoft, they'll have their conventions, their day-to-days. Sony doesn't do any of that.
They don't do shit.
Sony don't do well. They used to. They used to back in the Crash Bandicoot days.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's nothing. Crash Bandicoot was originally on Nintendo.
Was he?
It was an N64 game.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's PS1.
He was on N64.
Bullshit. I'm not.
That's how I first played it. He's not exclusive, but he was on the N64.
That's for the remake.
Game Boy Advance. Which one are you looking at here? Is this
360? This is just Crash Bandicoot in general. This is just all together.
No,
But
one of them.
Here we go. PlayStation exclusivity.
No.
Yeah, from 1996 to 2000, after presenting Way of the Warrior, which was a god-awful fighting game, to Mark Carney of Universal Interactive. Naughty Dog was signed to the company with 3 additional games, which was... No. He was exclusive to it. So, where are you? I want to know what you played.
I'm really curious now because I'm telling you.
Did you have Mandela Effect just now?
Somebody, I never owned it. Somebody I had this motherfucker on the N64.
Yeah.
Must not have been legit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Huh. Don't say that. Pokemon Unite actually might come over to Xbox. So don't go down
I
it
don't
yet.
see that happening.
Pokemon Unite?
I don't see Pokemon leaving a Nintendo base.
Well, it's a free to play game.
I see someone backdooring it in. I don't see Nintendo actively making it.
Really?
There's no way.
I mean, I heard
Nintendo has never bowed on their exclusive games. When it comes to things coming over to other consoles, it's because Nintendo no longer owns them. Looking at the Rare Replay.
Yeah, okay.
Looking at GoldenEye, which was a Rare game. Looking at the Turok, which was Rare. All those things were Rare, and...
No, Turok was Eidos.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay, well, Turok still not being N64 owned.
You were correct.
So I guess I had a Mandela effect with Crash Bandicoot.
Okay.
But it did hit the Game Boy.
Yeah,
so.
it hit Game Boy, and then the GameCube, and then eventually PSP.
The Wii, Nintendo DS.
Yeah. BlackBerry. This was when the N-Gage was out.
Nintendo
Does anyone
Switch.
remember the N-Gage? Real quick, gonna go on a... I wanted one. Boy, was I stupid. $399!
It's cheaper than anything.
To play Tomb Raider, fucking Crash Bandicoot, and Spyro on the go. That was all this was really meant for. You can make phone calls, you can use it as a radio, but yeah, squish emote. And I'm going to lift up a little bit of the veil here. Yeah, a little bit.
Chat says looks like LimeWire made a console.
And she's not wrong. I'm going to lift up the veil. My mother's in chat right now. And she said the exact verbiage of, teach me to play both and let me decide. You know what? That is actually a really fair statement. Because demographics are different between age.
Yeah.
It is not based on psyche or otherwise. It is age. They don't care if you're mentally broken. They care about how old you are.
Yeah. I will say Nintendo's always gone more family friendly.
That is correct.
More colorful.
Yep. Well, they're starting to go away from that. I'm looking over at you, Bayonetta.
Yeah, but it's not exclusive.
It used to be. It's
To
same.
Nintendo?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think you're having a Mandela effect.
Nope. We.
The first Bayonetta came out on the 360 also.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then it was
I'm pretty sure.
Then it was No More Heroes, the game that came right after. That was Wii because of the jerking off motion you had to make to charge up your sword. Because it's Platinum Games. You may be right about that then. But I know No More Heroes was Wii exclusive because you couldn't charge up your sword in
Yeah, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and the Wii U.
Okay. So yeah, we're both freaking tired and angry at one another.
I mean, we're cramming in. If you think about it, the first video game is Pong, right? Which we both have played.
Yes.
We were not alive when Pong came out.
No, God, that was 1979? Probably earlier.
I mean, technically, Pong came out as the game made by the MIT Tech.
Yeah, and
then Pong actually came out.
Yeah, and if we're going into what could be considered a entertainment game, Zork.
Yeah.
So I mean,
but my
yeah.
point being is okay. So Zork is 1977. Zork 1. So Zork is 1977. Zork 1 is 1981. Like Zork I1.
Yeah, 1.
But if you think about it, the concept of home gaming became a thing in the 80s with the Atari, and then eventually...
Atari 5600, and then ColecoVision.
Yeah, ColecoVision. Eventually you get Segas and Nintendos, and you also had people playing on Commodores, things like that. Doom being one of the first big PC games, like one of the truly big.
Yes, and needing a voodoo card to play Half-Life only 6 years later. Can you believe that?
Yeah, okay, storyline games. Dragon's Quest.
Yeah, Dragon's Quest. Or hell, if you even want a point and click adventure like Max and Sam, The Dig. God, all of
Max
the
and
Sierra.
Sam's 90s though, isn't it?
Huh?
Max and Sam's 90s, isn't it?
Oh God, well, and then you have the newer ones, like
Well, I'm talking like when they started.
92.
Sam and Max.
Yeah, Sam and Max Hit the Road.
87.
Really?
Oh, comics.
Okay. When did Hit the Road? Look up Hit the Road. Hit the Road, I think, is 91.
93.
Really? Was that late?
MS-DOS.
Yeah.
MS-DOS 1993, Mac OS 1995, and then re-released in 2002.
Okay. Yeah, it was one of the first games that got ported over to Mac. Back when Mac was being belligerent against video games.
My point being is there is 40 plus years of video games.
Yeah.
Me and you would have started, you playing in the 80s, me playing in the 90s. You just barely playing in the 80s. The fact that we've never shied away from an old game. We've played arcades. We've played home console. We've played home PC. All that different shit. We're going to get one or two wrong in our history.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's going to happen.
And the Mandela effects have certainly happened. Just recently, I had another one happen where I was like, are you sure? And then I look it up and I'm like, I could have sworn.
With Crash Bandicoot not actually being on the N64, that tells me one of two things. Either one, they had a bootleg copy made for their N64. Totally possible.
Yeah.
Or two, I came into contact with the PlayStation a lot earlier in my life than I realized. And my brain just went, the biggest console to you at the time was the N64, so that's what you remember it as.
And you said you never really dabbled with a PlayStation up until PlayStation 2?
So I didn't own a PlayStation until the PlayStation 2.
Okay. So you didn't have very many PlayStation 1 games.
Yeah, so my PlayStation 1 games were Spider-Man.
Help me. Crush.
Not that one.
Oh my God.
The original Spider-Man.
That one's on the PlayStation 2.
No, it's PlayStation. The one you're talking is PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Because that's Spider-Man the movie 2. So yeah, my PlayStation 1 games would have been Spider-Man. It would have been Harry Potter with PS1 Hagrid.
Oh yeah. I just knew you'd get the snitch.
Those were my two big PlayStation 1 games. I remember we had some early war games, but I don't really remember what they were. But then the PlayStation 2 came out. We got the PlayStation 2, and that's when I blew the fuck up. I had PlayStation 2 games.
I also had the thick, chunky PlayStation 2, and I was wrecking house with it.
I still have my thick, chunky bastard.
Yeah, and then I don't remember what happened to it, but then later on in my years, I got a Slim, and then I got a composite 2 HDMI plug so I can play it if I want to.
So Sox says my first console was the PlayStation 2 on my 16th birthday. So let me double back real quick. PlayStation 2 was not my first console. My first console was the NES.
Yeah, mine was an NES as well.
I had an NES, I had a Super NES, and I had an N64. I was a stupid kid and sold my Super NES.
NES Genesis, and then that one down there says we had Sega TV. Still don't remember, but I do remember the tone.
You did take a blow to the head.
I did take a blow to the head, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't remember experiencing the. I remember like doing the free trial thing, and then I don't know.
Sega. I never owned Sega.
Yeah, I had the Genesis, and then for a temporary time, we had the Dreamcast. I had the Dreamcast.
Real talk?
I love the Dreamcast.
I don't think I've ever actually played a Sega console.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I never owned one.
Yeah, but you played the games, of course, through other means.
Yeah. So, like for instance, I bought the collection that they did a couple years ago, where they brought the Disney games, where it's the both the Nintendo and the Sega versions of them.
Oh yeah,
I've done things like that.
Yeah.
Goodness, they have come a long way. Yeah, they really have.
Yeah.
I own an Atari, which does not work.
No, but it's a nice little set piece.
I want to take it in and get it fixed. I just don't know how much it'll cost.
I would say learn to do that shit yourself.
Yeah, maybe.
Because all it is just corrosion reducing. Because their motherboards super fucking like thick and chunky. All they do is
It just doesn't get power. I think that's the problem.
So then just resolder up some wires.
Yeah. Okay, so you know something I always wanted as a kid and we didn't have, and then I came across one as an adult and it doesn't work, and I tried to fix it myself and couldn't. The big NES control of the joystick.
Oh,
Pad
the
thingy.
Master. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And so the first time I ever actually played it was at someone else's house. They had that. And not only did they have that, they had it with the game I always wanted that I never had.
This one here?
No.
Okay.
That one down there.
Oh, okay, the Advantage.
I still have it. It just doesn't work, and I tried fixing it, and I can't figure out what's wrong with it.
I mean, I would probably remove the A and B buttons, replace them with like tea light candles.
They're not that big.
I mean, I would still like base it underneath. Do Tamagotchis count as a handheld? I mean, Tamagotchis are still made today, so I
They
mean,
weren't for a long time.
They weren't for a while. Then like Digimon took over for a while, and Digimon had an interesting little system that you can like make friends with, and the 99 games in one. I guess you can count those.
Yeah, it's video gaming.
Yeah, it's video gaming. It's just mindless moving things around.
Okay, as we talk about this more and more, my brain just keeps remembering more and more things. So first of all, I always wanted this, and we didn't have it, and then I finally got one as an adult, and it didn't work. And the game that they had that I always wanted was the Addams Family one where you play as Fester.
Yeah, Fester's Quest. Yeah,
Yeah.
the bad one.
I wanted that fucking game so bad. And the first time I ever actually got to play that game was with one of these at someone's house. It was the greatest experience ever.
Even though the game's bad?
Yes.
Okay.
And let's be honest, if we're going to talk bad games, there's far worse games.
Oh, there's far worse games. Yeah.
Looking at you, Superman, for the N64.
I remember renting that game.
Yes, the egg-looking thing. Those are the Tamagotchis.
Yeah. I remember getting my first Tamagotchi.
My mom had a boyfriend that stole a bunch of our shit. I'm pretty sure my Tamagotchi was with him.
Oh. And we were sitting in the parking lot of a Target, and I was just like, it's only $25. I remember that. I remember that distinctly.
I did break my first Tamagotchi.
Did you?
I dropped it in a glass of water. Intentionally as a child.
Oh.
It was just one of those stupid moments.
Yeah.
The other thing we had, I can never remember the names of them, but they recently brought them back, but they're not with the game I had. It only had one game on it. It was that handheld Nintendo thing they did.
Oh, Game & Watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a Game & Watch, and that was another thing he stole.
Yeah, the Game & Watches are really cool right now.
I had one of the original ones. It was the one where like you were working in the factory and you had to grab stuff on one side and move to the other side.
I think it's Pipe Panic. Don't quote me on that.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
But I had the Game & Watch, and I thought it was the coolest fucking thing.
Yeah, Game & Watches are...
The little noises it made.
Yeah, they are the better of the Tiger Electronics. You remember Tiger Electronics?
Yeah.
The annoying... Bing, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Game & Watch did it the right way.
Oh, it was because it was Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then I had Game Boys and Game Boy Advances. So I had the Game Boy, the chungiest over there, which I now have 3 of.
I didn't know they reproduced asexually.
Who said it's
But
asexually? I had 2.
Oh, breeding pair. Gotcha.
So I had that. And then I had when they came out with the small version, the one that wasn't a color.
The min. I know which one you're talking about.
Which
like a mini.
I still have.
Yeah.
Played the shit out of Lion King on that.
Okay.
Which I also had for my Super Nintendo. Yeah. So it's like I would play it on my Super Nintendo, and then we'd go on a road trip, and I would be like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to play it on the little one. So I played the shit out of that. And then eventually I got a color. Game Boy Advances were huge. I played the living shit out of Game Boy Advances.
Yeah.
And then SPs, and then that's when I fell off with Game Boy. And then they did the 3DSs and all that. So I don't know. I don't consider them competitors because they do such different things. Like I'm glad Nintendo's like, sure, we can do Call of Duty, but I don't think Nintendo was sitting there going, oh my god, we lost Call of Duty because they went, well, let's make a kid version of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And they made Splatoon.
Yeah.
Which has been a huge success.
It has. The only real thing that Socks had mentioned was stick drift. It is a real frickin' thing. I now can't play my Switch until I send in my Joy-Cons.
Yeah, did I send you the guy that fixed the stick drift TikTok?
I think you may have. I probably...
So someone sent in a controller.
And he sprays this like a WD-10 or something like that?
No. This is a different thing. So
Okay.
they sent in a PlayStation 5 controller, I think, actually.
Yes, you did. Okay,
with the stick drift.
Yeah.
And they fixed the stick drift, and they painted the controller the color scheme he wanted.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he could send in his Joy-Cons probably to these guys, and probably get them customized. Might be worth it.
Might be worth it.
Just depends on how much it is.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
Speaking of spraying things, I almost bought a can of air today because I do need to clean the Xbox. And I didn't because it was a 5-pack, and I was like, I don't need 5 of them. But they were a 5-pack for $14 at Sam's Club.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I almost did it. Then I was like, I really don't need 5 cans of air. I might just tell my brother to bring his compressor over.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw one on Craigslist for like $85, and I was actually thinking about it for me because I've got like a whole little area of just dust because I can't reach back there.
Yeah.
And just one little, hold a wet cloth on one end and just spray it into it.
James just got given a PlayStation 4.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and he says he's surprised this fucker didn't catch on fire with how much dust was in it. It was bad. And he says the disc tray doesn't work on it. And I'm like, well, it's a vacuum. So maybe it was the dust.
Maybe.
So now he's got to buy a disc. He's going to buy something cheap and see if it'll...
I would just throw in a music CD that plays them.
Yeah, fair point. Snakes for hair seems like a lot of work to be honest.
Oh. I'd fix my stick drift, but you need... Yeah, that's right. They also have very particular sized screws for their things, but...
I broke an Xbox controller, and I wanted to fix it.
I needed
the sticks.
Yeah.
For their proper screwdrivers.
We did used to take Q-tips to our NES carts.
Yeah.
Because blowing into it was bad.
Well, it turns out you're not supposed to do any of that shit. I blew in mine like crazy.
Yeah.
I took Q-tips.
And it worked. It worked. Who cares? But glad to see that they're bringing it over to Nintendo, even though I'm curious to know if Warzone apparently is going to go over. I worry about how that's going to play on a Switch.
And that takes me back to why I don't look at them as competitors, because I love the Switch. Yes. I was hyped for the Switch.
Yes.
And I had one negative thing to say about the Switch every time we came across it. Why are we doing The Witcher 3 on the Switch? That is not what that console is for. Why do people want that?
Because they want to take it with them. I don't know. But now
then get a Steam Deck.
Get a Steam Deck, or now we got cloud gaming.
Because that's not what that's meant for.
No.
When I think of taking a game on the go, I do think of the Switch. But I do not think of, I'm going to play The Witcher on the go. I think I'm going to play Doom, the original, on the go. Or Pokemon. Or Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Sox mentions ever breathe on your game and just, use your shirt.
I fucking went to the point of the toothpaste trick.
Okay.
As long as it was non-grit toothpaste.
Yeah, without fluoride. Yeah. Man, the things we did just to make shit work. And I would sit in I remember sitting in my room playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 with no volume because I was with this big chunkus jukebox that had the Gorilla CD in it, repeating all the songs in order, and I just lose myself for hours on end. What are you up to?
You know how many times this game got cleaned with toothpaste?
Buddy.
So it's Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase, which is a pain in the ass, by the way.
Oh, buddy. Yeah.
Old and beat up now.
But it's there for remembrance.
Yeah. This game was a bitch.
Yeah. I mean,
Scooby-Doo had some great fucking games on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
This is PlayStation 1.
Yeah,
but the PlayStation 2 had some great fucking Scooby-Doo games.
I would like to revisit some old games because there are a few that I said I would finish and I never did. Metal Gear! Wait, is that one?
No, it's not yours.
Oh. I remember dropping PlayStation 2. This is Sons of Liberty. I gave, I believe Subsistence is the one that's downstairs. Good game, but not my favorite. Yeah. Well, mine are still downstairs?
Do that or you took them back before the move?
I didn't take them back.
Then they're downstairs.
Okay. Hee-hoo. I once paid for $4 to the United Video Worker for them to use the disc resurfacer on my copy of Persona 3. Yeah.
So,
Persona 3 was a pretty good one.
I actually bought one of those disc things.
So
it had 2 little discs. You put little drops of this cleaning stuff on them. And you put the disc in there and you close it and spin it and polish your disc.
Yeah.
It worked great, but those pads wear down really quick. And as soon as they wore down, it would leave circles on your disc.
Because of the plastic underneath.
So really quick went from being a thing that actually worked really well to make your discs work better to a thing that obliterated.
Destroyed them.
Really quick. Buy like GameStop for like $20. I also used to take my games into GameStop and get the guys to clean them in the back, because you could totally do that. Back in the day. Back when they were big into buying, like when trading at GameStop was actually a good thing, they would have to clean the discs to make sure they worked sometimes. If you were cool with the guys, you go in there. Hey, can you throw 5 games in there real quick? Sometimes they'd be like, sure, 25 cents a game or something like that. Yeah. And they would polish up your games real quick.
Socks remembers something, but I'm going to mention the one that Quincy's got. Remember VCR rewinders? Or
so
VHS rewinders?
I don't have one.
I thought you said you did.
No.
Oh.
I said I always wanted the ones that looked like race cars. My grandmother had one, though.
Okay.
That's what it was. So VHS rewinders. My grandmother had one, and what it was is she was one of those people who was convinced that that rewinding your VHS tapes and your VCR was bad for the VCR. They would destroy the heads. And so she bought a VCR rewinder. But I did think VCR rewinders were good because, first of all, they were faster. Second of all, if you're watching more than one movie, you pop that movie out, you throw that bitch in the rewinder, and you put the next movie in. Yeah. So she had this whole thing at one point in one of her apartments that she lived in where there was a hallway that led off of the living room. Okay. So right at the edge of the hallway against the wall, she had this bookshelf type of thing that had those slanted, laid back VHS holders so that they chilled kind of like that so that you could read the labels. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So they had that, and there were shelves. On the shelf, she had this fucking beast of a VCR rewinder. This thing was not the little one the size of the tape.
That you just put the tape in and...
Yeah. This thing was massive.
It was like first run?
It looked like a fucking VCR itself. It was so big.
Oh.
And you would pop out the tape from the VCR that was in the living room right next to this. Mm-hmm. And you would tote and put the tape in there and rewind and put the next movie in.
Oh.
You were not allowed to rewind in her VCR. You would break her VCR.
Fair enough. I mean, I would follow her rules. That seems like an easy one to do.
Yeah. And so that's what I did. Yeah, so she had a VCR rewinder, and I fucking... I thought it was a great concept. But I did a lot of watching with VCRs. I mean, I got stacks of VHS tapes over there. I've got more VHS tapes in other places in the house. My mom still owns a bunch of my VHS tapes. VHS tapes were big in my house, and I was really into them. By ripping out the ribbon. Why? Just because?
Just because. He was a bully.
You got to bring that up to Lauren when we get downstairs.
Okay.
So when it came to VCRs, I was also really big on like, oh, hey, this movie I really like is coming on. I don't own this, but I own blank tapes.
Yeah.
You know, okay, record. All right, stop because commercial's on.
And then start it up
record because it's probably going to start soon. You know, do without that. I've actually got like essentially the director's cut of one of the Potter movies because of that. I know Potter's not a thing right now, but when it was and when I was a kid, ABC would run the director's cuts. So I had a director's cut of Prisoner of Azkaban on a VHS tape somewhere. But yeah, so I was big into that. And so I would also rewind them. I would figure out the count on them. I'd watch all the trailers at the beginning and watch the numbers on my VCR and then figure out the number of time for your feature presentation. And so that when I rewound the movie, I stopped it there.
So that way you could start
the next time I watched it, I wouldn't have to watch the trailers.
That's some meta stuff that I would just fast forward through it. But you would have been already ready to go. Okay, sure, fine. Way to go, Q.
You know, and then the great thing is because the next time you put the tape in, the counter's at 0.
Yeah.
So all you do is rewind it so that your counter goes back to 0. You don't have to remember, it's 15 minutes into the tape. Since the tape started at your feature presentation, the next time you put it in, it's a start already there. So that's when the count starts. So you know when I get to 0s, I'm there.
I don't know that's once again too meta for me, man. I would watch my stuff and call it a day.
Do you have troubles with the fact that you have to flip a laser disc?
No, I never had a laser disc.
I'm saying like the concept of like, okay, so this one has the first part of the movie, this one has the second part of the movie. Flipping that one gives us part 3. Flipping this one gives us part 4. No, okay, yeah.
I think the only thing we ever really messed with was the 2 tapes of Titanic.
Oh, I have that. I also have the 2 tapes of Scarface. So obviously, own Laserdiscs, and there are like the dream list of movies to get on that. Star Wars being the big one. You can get it if you get the Star Wars Laserdisc. It's before Lucas changed anything.
Really?
So Han shoots first. Greedo doesn't shoot at all. Jabba's a human.
Oh, that's right.
All
Yeah,
kinds of shit.
Yeah. Any other gaming things?
I don't think so. Before we do move on, since we're still talking retro real quick.
Oh, okay.
I never had a Betamax.
I remember holding a Betamax in my hands, but
They're really cool tapes.
yeah, they're very interesting.
They're technically spec-wise are better than VCRs.
They are because they are 36 millimeters, not the 35 that is common in VHS, and that 1 extra millimeter says to add that little extra bit of definition. It is, I guess, what would be called 480p on YouTube. So it's a better quality. I remember finding one at work outside. It had some strange like fucking written dirty ass brown label.
That's the kind of shit that gets you cursed to be killed in 7 days.
Yeah, and that's why I immediately took it over to where the dumpster was, threw it in the trash. I was like,
What's your holy grail outdated old technology? What's the thing where it's like you would love to own one?
Now?
Yeah.
Lava lamp.
You want my lava lamp?
You have a lava lamp?
Yeah. It gets a little hot. You're gonna have to turn it off right now. I have a green one.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that was easy.
I have a green lava lamp. You can have it.
Cool.
Just be careful. He does. It's gonna be one of those ones that if you can put on like a timer, I would do that. By like a timer switch.
I'll just unplug it from time to time.
It's got one of the roll things.
Oh, okay. Then I'll do that
Yeah,
then.
but it does. It gets so hot that I worry about it, which is why I don't use it too often.
Then you go ahead and hang on to it.
Okay.
I'll just get something.
Okay. So lava lamp. Okay.
A lava lamp would be one of the ones.
Okay.
Just because I'm gonna once again be a little translucent with how I am. I am now imbibing on the marijuanas, and I now see blacklight. I enjoy blacklight. It's fine. Do I want my whole entire room like it? No. Do I like some of the things to look at while I'm? Yeah, sure. So that's why blacklight with a lava lamp would probably be a nice little thing to have in the corner, just to have it aesthetically. But otherwise, technology from the past, you say?
So
Now hold on. Can it be prototype?
I was thinking like something people had, but
okay.
I am curious. I am curious.
Okay, for the prototype, it would probably be the SNES PlayStation.
Oh, the thing that we never got.
Yeah,
the disc one. Yeah,
I would love one of those. But as far as commercial own, car, yeah, the I think Cliff has talked about an old controller. Oh, a freaking a Frankenstick. Yeah, I mean, here, let me pull up Frankenstick. Yeah, no, that's not what it is. Oh, come on.
Let's give him some interesting results.
Shoes. I'm getting shoes. Where is it? It looks terrible. Okay, yeah. It looks similar to this.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, it's just...
it's wood!
Yeah, let me pull it up. Open image, a new tab. So, Frankensticks are essentially... Take a cardboard fucking box. Or whatever is a box.
It's kind of like when people make controllers out of potatoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You put little fucking keypads on the other side, put your externals on one end, put the power on one side, boom. Hopefully it doesn't catch fire. Nowadays, as Quincy so eloquently always mentions, you can do this shit on Raspberry Pi and throw that thing in there so it doesn't heat up as much.
Yeah.
Put a little heat sink in there, put a little exhaust, boom. You have a Frankenstick.
Yeah.
The only downside is keeping that the key switches working 110% is another little issue. A guy literally has one of those roller luggages, like about maybe yay tall, yay wide, on wheels, rolls it up, fucking unzips it, flips over the top, and on where the opening would be is his stick. And he plugs that shit in, and he just rocks it out. I'm like, God, what is with these people?
So, in the chat that said Graham Bell shit, and
Yeah.
it made me think. Do you remember Pac Bell, the company?
The glasses?
No.
Sunglasses?
The phone company.
No, then.
Okay, so
Oh, yes, I do. They were the ones who kept giving us their goddamn phone books.
so the concept is like they were like AT&T.
Yeah.
Stuff like that when AT&T was,
Better.
home and whatnot, not cell phones. We went to Legoland when I was a kid, and they have Times Square, and they had I think it was Pac Bell. If it wasn't Pac Bell, it was their biggest competitor on the Times Square sign. And my mom thought it was the funniest thing because that is not something that was on that coast. And so she pointed it out to a Lego employee that they had advertisements that don't make sense in the miniature of Times Square. Mom's retro skillet. What are we talking about with the retro skillet?
I don't. That's what socks or that's what Mom would want. Is
Yeah,
her
I'm
retro
curious.
skillet. It's like an old school style skillet. And
Like, what about Lauren?
No. Well, maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But with socks, there was a fighting stick I did want, but I don't remember it either. And yeah, they did. They've remade fighting sticks through the ages.
I'm just gonna buy you the Duke.
It makes a pretty good fighting stick because you could put that whole entire thing on your leg. Oh, you can't breathe. Drink. And it has 100% vitamin C. I didn't notice that until now. Oh, yeah, yours has vitamin C. Mine does not. Interesting. That's good to know.
Oh, I smacked myself on the wrist.
Are you okay?
Yeah, that hurt. I forgot it was plugged in.
Were you trying to show me something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Ooh, that hit.
Okay.
Funny.
Okay.
Ow. But yeah, no, there's some retro shit out there that retro old shit, and I don't know how much of it is from me being a kid growing up with these.
Nostalgic.
Sorry, my mom had a metal skillet for cooking Sunday dinner. Oh, okay, so it was a big metal skillet.
It was just a big fuck off thing.
Some of it is nostalgic, but some of it, I mean, what is nostalgic about a VCR? Nothing really.
It's the memories.
You know what memories I have of VCRs?
Getting annoyed at them?
Having to rewind.
Yeah.
The fact that your tapes can mold. Destroying a tape by mistake when I was a kid, and my mom had to rebuy Aristocats. I spilt the Kool-Aid juice things, the one she twists the tops off.
Oh, yeah.
I spilt one of those on my Aristocats tape and ruined it.
That's
So
a
she had
good
to buy-
movie. That's a good movie.
Yeah, so she had to go out and buy another one.
What are they called?
The squeezes or something.
Kool-Aid Jammers?
Oh, Jammers. Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah. Well,
Well, that's the new version.
that's a new version. The old version, you had this little...
There was like a squeeze one.
They have a cherry
would
limeade.
Squeeze something.
I didn't know they had a cherry limeade. I like cherry limeade. Oh, yeah. Speaking of oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got claw hand too.
I'll explain that.
No, I get it.
Do you?
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
I understand.
Okay.
I am up on her medical stuff.
Oh.
We've had conversations.
I guess I didn't hear about that.
I have a bunch of old cameras. Like
You like...
they made good shit back in the day.
They did. They still do.
I don't know. The PlayStation fucking 5 looks like a damn router.
It does, but the PlayStation 2 is still holding up. So it's just a matter of
Yeah.
keeping up with maintenance.
Mine's got the giant port on the back that I don't remember what the fuck that was for.
Port?
Yeah, there's a whole thing on the back of the PlayStation 2 that you open up this panel and it is like this big empty space like that big.
Oh, network port.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, for Fantasy
it-
Star Online and all that.
Or like when they were trying to make it to where you could use it as a home computer?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Well, kind of.
That's old technology that I don't get too into. Old PCs aren't that. Certain ones, don't get me wrong, I love the Macs that are built into the monitor.
If I could for a D&D campaign have an Apple II just on text, I don't know why that would be aesthetically pleasing for me.
I showed you that shop that has the Apple II.
Yeah, you did. And I'll admit, that did cause me to go, damn, I'm happy. Because there's a few YouTubers that are like, I have here one of the first laptops, and I'm going to upgrade it to its best potential, not using any of today's technology, using what was that back then for upgrading these.
I had an 80s laptop that was amazing.
Yeah.
It didn't do shit.
It just probably did Word and Paint, and that's it.
The
Doesn't go
freaking
on-
flash bulb that you had to insert on top, I have cameras that take those. I don't have the flash balls, but I have cameras that take those.
Like retro is fine if you keep up with maintenance.
Yeah, something fun about it.
Yeah, and I mean most of it still works.
Yeah, most of my shit still works. The
It's
Atari doesn't work, but it didn't work when I got it.
Yeah.
So same thing with the Sega. I have a Sega that I finally got. It doesn't work, but it didn't work when I got it.
I think I'm done with that energy drink.
Didn't you? Let's go ahead and hit some more news articles. We really talked for a bit there.
But about shoe news. So earlier in last year, I talked about Adidas and Lego having a small collaboration. This is just a continuation of their collaboration, and I'm just showing it off real quick. A pretty nice cloud white with some shock blue and yellow, as well as the cloud white with core black and red. They're pretty Adidas style, but with a little Lego nibs at the very top.
I was going to say, do you think you can connect Legos to this?
I would sincerely hope so. I mean, it doesn't look like it juts out that far, but I hope you can.
James bought me a Lego coffee mug, but it wasn't made by Lego. And so the Legos it comes with stick to it, but regular Legos don't. It's really weird. Still love it. I love that he bought it for me. The biggest problem is that I had to drill a hole in the bottom because it gets water inside of it.
That's right. We did talk about this.
The Commodore 64?
Yeah, we did talk about this.
I never used one. I would love to.
Yeah, it was way ahead of its time.
Oh, yeah.
It did imagery far beyond itself.
So $319
for the full Commodore 64
with games,
with all of the games, 64 preloaded.
Wow!
Including the California games, which was a limited release to those in California.
This would be fun to have.
Yeah,
you could do some fun shit on like a Twitch stream with this.
Yeah, and it's the full Commodore keyboard with the little micro switch.
When did the Commodore come out? Was that 80s?
God, no, way before 83, 84.
I'm gonna find out right now. Do an entire retrocast.
Yeah, I would love to. And it does 720, so I could even attach it to
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Why the fuck are you selling it?
Because
it's just it's a private seller, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing is a lot cheaper than that because it's like the plug-in console that I have for the Atari.
Yeah. Oh,
I have 800,000 tabs open from...
I've been doing that all day to my technology. If it has a long time of loading, I'm just like, come on.
So, high definition output, 720 via HDMI, save game function, supports pixel perfect display, 2 USB ports, includes the C64 mini computer. Look at the controller it comes with.
Yeah, I know.
64 games. Yeah, this thing's actually $44.99. Don't know why this guy's selling it for $319. You can get this for $45. But I was going to say, so the Commodore was 1982, August.
82, okay.
I was going to say, do a full retro cast.
And just fucking...
Play it drinking out of retro glasses, dressed in retro clothing.
I don't know about the retro clothing, but the rest I could probably do.
Come on, like some Marty McFly shit. It would be a blast to do an 80s night. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I'm out shopping yesterday.
Okay, we're out shopping.
And I go walking by this older lady.
Okay.
I'm not talking to her. She works there. I don't need anything. I have not asked her a question. I just smile and nod. And she looks me dead in the eyes. I'm wearing my AC/DC sweater, the new one that's made that says AC/DC, and it's made out of the different album names.
Okay.
And she looks at me and goes, so do you actually listen to AC/DC? And I said, yeah, favorite band. She goes, well, you seem a little young to know who they are.
You seem a little old to work here. Get the fuck out of my face.
And it was an antique mall. It was an antique mall.
I would have still said that. I don't get... Yo, sit with the fucking things in the museum.
And
fuck out of here.
my first thought was, oh, yeah, I guess with age things become... we're supposed to forget about things as they get older, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you should get onto that path.
Like, get the fuck out of here. I would have been like, the fuck...
I hate that shit.
Yeah. Let people like things.
My favorite movie is from the 80s. My favorite band, their biggest album, came out in 1980.
My favorite band was 96? 96, 97? When did Gorilla's first album come out? ...2001. Okay, so it was turn of the century. I love Gorillaz. Gorillaz is my favorite, and they just released a new album too.
So, Socks, I was thinking Commodore when you said Commander, and I was like, no, but she said controller, and so I wasn't even thinking PC.
I wasn't thinking either because I was like the Frankenstick. That's why I was like, huh? But yeah, good stuff. But back over to the shoes. I've talked about their earlier Lego stuff. This is just, as I said, the continuation. They even have track pants, track shirt, windbreaker.
80 isn't bad.
Yeah, and I mean 42 for some Adidas pants and 48 for the windbreaker.
I mean, I wouldn't wear any of that. I'm not in the Russian mob.
It's actually not that bad.
No, it's just not my style.
Yeah, it looks very soccer.
No.
And I don't think neither Quincy nor myself
Or in the Russian mob.
are in the... Not yet, anyways.
I don't like vodka.
I don't mind it.
Even when I drank briefly, I didn't like vodka.
Oh, it has little Lego nibs.
You know the easiest part about the fact that I don't drink at all is the fact that alcohol tastes like ass, so I don't miss it.
I go in expecting the burn, so... I mean, so... Just seeing as we're on tangents today.
This is delicious.
Yeah.
I don't need alcohol.
When I brought home, I think it was Parrot Bay, and it was flavored like pineapple. And I bring it home, and I must have been having like a real rough day or whatever. I said, hey Ma, I bought this. You know, I know you don't drink, but you like the smell of things. She really enjoys smelling just everything. Food. She loves everything. Drink. So she sniffs it and goes, ooh, that smells really good. And I pull it away from my mouth. I go, tastes pretty good too.
That's true. All right, what we got next?
A interesting trailer you showed me.
Oh, dude, I didn't even know what this was going to be.
Yeah.
Like, I came across online and went, hey, let's watch a trailer. And
Yeah.
then we saw some shit.
I'm a huge fan of Super Sentai, Power Rangers, anything of that sort. But this definitely takes it to a new level with smoking causes coughing. It seems like it is very spoof heavy. It seems like it is making fun of itself on every inch it can. It seems very grotesque. Adult themes are abound. It seems very odd, but at the same time fun to watch. I don't know. It says available everywhere March 31st. It says watch at home. Let's see what it's going to be available on. It's just going to be available pretty much everywhere. Yokyo. Everywhere. Prime Video, I'll probably be catching it on March 31st. Everywhere else seems to be March 31st as well. Yep. And then Alamo Draft House Cinema.
Yeah, the Alamo.
But not available. That's the only one that it's not going to be available on.
They probably didn't want it.
Fair enough. Skadoop. So speaking of Gorillaz and favorite band, the creator of it, Damon,
just did an
interview and said that the Netflix show that was going to be
movie
that was going to be about the Gorillaz, and this was going to be the precursor, which was Cracker Island. Good song, interesting music video, really vibrant, really nice, but it ended off in a question. It ended off very strange. That was going to be the runoff into the movie. And now we're not getting that movie.
Yeah, this comes from the big cutback they did on their animation section.
And I'm like, Netflix cuts theirs, Amazon picks theirs up. Because now Amazon's going to be picking up 2 more animated shows. They rumored that seeing as Vox Machina did well, they'll do the 2 one-shot specials that they already had.
Yep.
And Campaign 2.
So I find it interesting because, like, Disney is obviously animation powerhouse. They bought Fox, who was already animation powerhouse. They literally have Animation Domination Night, where it's just animated shows. But animation's been a big thing over there. I find it weird that Netflix is just like, nah, not for us. So sad. Hopefully they find another way to do the project.
I hope so too. I hope Amazon goes AO. I know you got, you guys are a musical hit. If you could just release 1 track for us, we'll cover the cost for your animated.
You
because
said AO, and now I'm picturing you flicking a toothpick.
AO. It's always good to be the bad guy. All right. Skidoo. I'm super bummed about that. Blumhouse.
Yes.
Yeah, you asked me to bring this up, and I was like, huh?
So you would know them because of most recently when the movie I just went and saw, Megan. Not bad. PG-13 horror. I don't hate PG-13 horror. The people that are like, it's PG-13 horror, it's going to be trash. I don't understand.
It's not for people like me who enjoy gore hounding.
That is the one thing I will say. So I went into this and I enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 out of 5, but to me, the kill count's too low, takes too long to get there, and the kills aren't anything super crazy.
Because it's PG-13.
Yeah.
But story, good?
It was decent. Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
It's AI meets Chucky.
Okay. I like that premise already.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm dealing with in Atomic Hearts.
Looks away.
Yeah.
So they've also done things like that they did Get Out, they did Insidious, they did Paranormal Activity is how they got their start, but they've gone on to make good movies. They have announced that they are going to start a gaming company. Their goal is indie things. They want to keep it below $10 million per game.
I can appreciate that, but what are do we have any projects?
So they said, for some time we've been looking to build out a team to start accessing the growth opportunity in interactive media. When we sat with Zach and Don, they articulated an approach that resonated with Blumhouse's model, and we knew that this was perfect place for us to start our push into the interactive space.
So they're going to be doing FMV style ones.
With their experience, sensibility, and knowledge of the gaming marketplace, Zach and Don are ideal leaders to leverage Blumhouse's unique genre strengths into gaming. Through the new industry, through my time in the industry, I've had the good fortune of working closely with developers to bring their ideas to life. There's a unique opportunity for horror and genre in the indie game space, and I'm thrilled about teaming up with Blumhouse to meaningfully leverage the company's brand, reputation, and creative talent.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is it's going to be a lot of FMV style things. So it's going to be a little bit like Until Dawn or a little bit like Late Night.
I'm expecting things like that. I'm expecting things like the Blair Witch game.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of that.
Lionsgate did. I'm expecting things like maybe Five Nights at Freddy's style type of things. You know, maybe the first one where it was like actually scary.
Yeah, it actually. Well, I mean, the last one, Security Breach, actually would have gotten me a couple times.
The one where you actually walk around.
Yeah, it would have gotten me a couple times.
I'm thinking things maybe like Outlast.
Outlast might be an idea, but I would like to see what comes out of Blumhouse. Blumhouse does not do half-ass. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. I will look at that later. But Blumhouse does horror.
Blum.
I'm sorry.
I did it for years until I actually heard him say his name was Jason Blum, and I went,
oh. Okay. Blumhouse.
Yeah.
I can foresee them doing a lot with the IPs they already have, but kind of turning the dial a little bit, a little Disturbia. The movie that I like that I keep forgetting the name of, with Ethan Hawke.
The newest one, Black Phone, or
No.
his other one,
Camera.
Sinister.
Thank you. I could see a little bit messing with that on a paradigm. So I'm super keen to see what comes out of Blumhouse. I pronounced that right? Blum.
Blum.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember, this is the studio that brought us and while the last one had its issues, brought us the new versions of Halloween.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They did Get Out. They did Megan. They did.
So they have a lot of very interesting writers for them.
Paranormal Activity would work really well if you wanted to do some kind of like monitoring the ghosts.
They
type
did
of thing.
They did something with that with Observation Duty, which is very minor, but it still has its very creepy undertones. So I mean, they could kind of do something similar to that, I guess.
And this is a studio that goes through and makes good horror.
Yes.
Yes, it's a lot of money, but in Hollywood, smaller budgets. Looking at Megan, they spent about 12 to 13 mil. They made 30 on the opening night.
That's a success.
Worldwide gross was almost 200.
Oh.
It was like 170.
And do you feel like they deserve that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. I don't 100% know. I don't 100% know for sure, but I think they did Smile. And if they did, Smile was originally supposed to be like a Paramount Plus release, but they did test screenings and it did well. And they went, okay, we'll probably make our money. And that movie just fucking destroyed in the box office.
When I kept seeing the trailers for it on Twitch, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I don't know. And then I just kept hearing good things. I might see it now.
Okay, so I take it back. They did not do Smile.
Okay.
However, I did watch Smile. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's a lot about. It's a horror movie with supernatural things going on. However, it's definitely a movie about trauma and how it affects you and those around you.
Yes.
So I take that one back. It's not Blumhouse, but Blumhouse does good shit.
Okay, yes. And I'm excited to see what comes out. But an interesting collaboration. For those who don't know, I'm a huge fan of Street Fighter. I'm also a medium fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But what if they combined? Right now, IDW has their cover announced for their run of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Street Fighter, which I'm very curious on how they collide. And they gave Mikey an interesting set of weapons. Oh,
That's not Mikey.
that's not Mikey. Who are you?
I don't know. I haven't been reading TMNT. There must be a new turtle.
There must be a new turtle. But yeah, there are 5 turtles on one side and the classics on the Street Fighter side with Guile, Ken, Chun-Li, and good old Ryu looking stoic as ever.
So Guile's face is Goofy.
Guile's face is very good.
And I find the fact that they made Goofy face Guile, but they had no problems doing Chun-Li's chest right.
Yeah, Chun-Li looks fine. Chun-Li looks pretty fine.
I love where the detail went.
Yeah.
I love IDW because you get shit like this. I do believe IDW is where we got TMNT Batman.
Yeah.
You know?
Cow a bummer.
Cow a bummer. That is on my fridge. It's great in that they are a company that all they do is license material. So they give us these crazy mashups that Marvel doesn't want to risk on, that DC doesn't want to risk on. Okay, you guys want to put your writing staff, your artist, your production, the paper, all that. You guys want to put all the risk into it? Go right ahead. And then they do it and they make a bunch of money.
And what's that? You want to keep making it? Okay, here's the money that you earned.
I like IDW. They did the comics for Back to the Future that were fucking great.
Yeah,
That
IDW
basically
does,
expanded the story of the Telltale game.
Is IDW Image?
No.
No?
Own company.
Oh.
Sounds like they're here.
Yeah, it sounds like they're.
That was a fast.
That
30
was.
minutes.
I mean,
We're not
we've also been kind of dicking around.
Well, no, it hasn't been 30 minutes.
Oh. But
15 to 20. I was.
who did?
I think it's IDW.
Yeah. Okay. So they did Transformers, and some of their covers for Transformers actually look really cool. And guest starring Spider-Man.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Oh, yes. We're just going to be going down a whole bunch of things that is available for purchase. Something that Quincy showed me, and I said, it's only $11? Are you serious?
Yeah, so there's a big sale going on right now for 4K Ultra HD movies. This one's one of the ones we picked out. We picked out 2, but there's more than the 2 that are on sale right now on Amazon.
This Ghost in the Shell OG movie in Blu-ray with this amazing steelbook. I would put this front and center.
I don't think it's a steelbook.
Are you sure? It looks like a steelbook.
It doesn't say anything about being a steelbook.
Really?
So
it looks like it.
It looks like it, but it doesn't say that it is. So unless it confirms it, I don't want to say it is. But I would still put that case on display.
Yeah. Oh wait, images.
No, that's plastic.
It's plastic. Damn. Oh, and it's 2.
This guy was missing a slipcover too. That sucks.
That does suck.
And yeah, it's 2. You got Blu-ray and you got the Ultra 4K.
That's right. They're separate now.
They have to be.
But even still, it's a beautiful case. $11. Coraline.
This one's
a steelbook. This one looks really nice. And then when you click in, you get to see that it, of course, has one disc for the 4K Ultra and one CD for the Blu-ray, a little tiny booklet, and then it even has a really nice painted interior, which you don't really get too many of. You usually used to get this with like Xbox 360 games with like the painted interiors, and then they just went black and then gray and then clear.
Green for a bit.
They did green for a little bit. Skadoop. This one.
This is pre-order.
Oh, this is a pretty one. The first page was this, and I was like, what is... Oh, it's a vinyl. Oh, and then I saw what it was, and I was like, damn, they put all... The guys over at Santa Monica Studios know how to make ambiance. Mm-hmm. And the way they do it is through everything else. They don't put it on one singular thing. They used to, but now they said everything is the encompassing. Having the two...
You haven't said what this is.
I am.
Okay.
Having two wolves and then a brothership style handshake, beautiful lithographs, 3 vinyls, God of War Ragnarok. This, if I had a record player, I would probably go out of my way for it.
I have 2.
Yeah.
One of them doesn't have a needle.
But $50 for the 3 vinyl set and some really beautiful artwork and some really powerful words through their credit line, just saying that, you know, hey, we wanted to present this music in a way that you would better suit if you want this as your aesthetic. Skadoop. I know they're in a weird spot, but I figured I'll talk about it for a second. Keys from the Golden Vault, the latest D&D adventure book, just released as of yesterday. I was excited for it just because I'm a sucker for heists, and I might as well do a little bit of self-promotion as well. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday at 9 a.m. I'm going to be Twitch streaming a test run of a D&D session that you can help be a part of. Names, roles, wild magic effects, a little car falling from the sky. It's going to be chaos, and the campaign's name is Chaos in Kalimshan. Yes. Skadoop. Too Fast, Too Furious was, God, so long ago, but having a lifelike car would be nice. I had one of these in a Hot Wheels form, but how would you like one in Lego form?
It's kind of cool. I haven't done any of the Lego cars yet.
I have not either, but this one here is the GTR from Too Fast, Too Furious, so it looks pretty 1-1, of course, minus the little nubs, but it's got a... I'm sorry, I chuckled heartily when I saw the spoiler, and... Yeah.
No spoiler, I mean, yeah.
But I'm fascinated that they worked so hard on this kind of model.
Yeah, it's a cool little thing.
It's a cool little thing. And a little nitrous bottle. It's cool. And then, would you look at that, the other side, the good old Torino Charger. Yes. It even has the little logo of the Charger in front and the Hemi pull up top. It's nice. Doesn't look like Vin, but, you know...
I mean, it kind of does.
Kind of does. If it had one of those little caps that you could put on that make it look smooth, I'd probably be down for it. But otherwise, you know, $19.99 for the Charger, $24.99 for the GTR. Skadoop. And last but not least, over at entertainmentearth.com, just gonna real quick go through that they do a lot of Funko Pop vinyl exclusives. Ranging anywhere between a pretty nice looking glow-in-the-dark Wanda from the Multiverse of Madness all the way to $20.99 Spider-Man being featured in Across the Spider-Verse. They have a whole bunch. They have a good old Matt Murdock. I actually like this design of Matt.
Yeah.
And then further down, I showed Quincy something that boggled his little mind because he's in love with Elvira.
As everyone should be.
As everyone should be. Dolly Parton is here too. I love that. I love that a lot. Wait, I can't bring it over any further, but this one over here, the one that looks like a luchador. Oh, that's so nice. And then, there's so many freaking Funko Pops that are now looking good.
I just can't do Funko Pops. I have too many.
Yeah, I also have too many, but I still want more. That's where I'm at. Oh, the Father. That is a really nice one. Okay. I could go down this for aeons. Just wanted to quickly showcase that this is a website where you can purchase Funko Pops for not really that expensive.
You can do the pre-orders. That was the big thing.
And pre-orders as well. They even do outlet deals because they either order too much or it's just not popular, but to some it could be. Go and check them out over at entertainmentearth.com. And that's all I got for today.
Yeah, that's everything.
All right, gonna do the quick rundown. Remember to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell a friend of me. Remember to check the links down in the description for a good old dubby. Use code UglyMugs to get 15% off. Remember to check our socials down there as well. We like chatting it up. Remember to check out our Discord where we're hanging out and where you'll be able to, conversate and enjoy our lovely little tiny community that will hopefully bloom and blossom into something big. Or else. Skull Island. And of course, at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, at the end of all time, remember one very simple thing: to love one another. It is free to do, and it is the right thing to do. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Weep.